I'm Lizzie. I'm the Digital Communications Manager at Tritax in London. My role as Digital Communications Manager involves managing the social media channels for our business and our listed funds, managing our websites, maintaining any changes, and I also manage the PR and media opportunities with publications, which involves when there's questions from journalists, going to the relevant members of the team, getting answers, sometimes wordsmithing them, and then sharing them with the journalists and then waiting for them to be published. The best thing about my job is the variety of the role. Working with different members of the business, there isn't one part of the business that I don't work with, which means that I know everyone knows me. The worst bits, I would say, are probably how busy it can get. You're juggling lots of plates and you don't quite know which one's gonna come next. In my role, I would say skills that are useful are communication. Organisation is especially useful because there's lots of things that have deadlines, and a lot of people, you might give them, say, questions for a journalist to answer, and they won't stay on top of that deadline of when they need to get it to you by. So being someone who is quite willing to chase people on deadlines. I would say the subjects that are most useful for this role would be English, because of communicating with people, grammar, and maths is also really useful because in my role I do a lot of budgeting, so being good with numbers and knowing how to do a tiny little bit of accounting and Excel is super helpful. I loved school. I was a member of every single sports team going. My favourite classes were probably English and then maths and science. I really wanted to be an engineer, so my A-levels were maths, further maths, economics, chemistry and physics. My dad was an engineer. He helped me with my A-levels. He had a good job that I thought was really cool. But then when it came to think about myself actually sat in his seat doing that job, I couldn't think of anything worse. So then I did the degree that I did, business and event management. And then when I was there, I had a tutor who was amazing, like the best person I've ever met. And I sat down with her. She then suggested that I tried the uni placement scheme. So it meant that you took a year out of uni and you worked full-time in an organisation. At school, I worked at Waitrose for years. So I was at Waitrose for my A-levels, for uni, I did a placement year, and my first 2 jobs out of uni, I stayed at Waitrose, so I loved it so much. And then I worked at London Zoo for a bit, so I could get more experience doing event management stuff. And I did a placement year at uni at Vauxhall Motors, at the car company, and that's where I learned about PR, because before that I didn't really know what it was. And then after I finished at Vauxhall, I went back to uni. Then I did some time with Volkswagen Group, working on the car brand, and then I moved to Volkswagen Financial Services, doing PR and internal comms for the financial services arms. I really, really wanted to work in London, and I saw the role come up for Tritax, and I saw that the role was encompassing lots of different skill sets and lots of different things that I'd done before that I didn't know what I wanted to specialise in yet. And then once I joined Tritax and tried PR, internal marketing, social media, I decided that I really want to specialise more in the social media side of stuff. My role as social media manager was not around when I was at school. So when you're thinking about what you're doing in the future, it could be that you sit in this chair in 10 years' time and you say what you're doing, and it could be something that you never even knew of when you were 14 and you were sat watching this video.